4041. We have Memorial landline, and the party is likely going to 44. And they have possible ID of loss of rust, first of manual, middle of Alberto, 723 at 76. They're inquiring if they have confirmed an ID and if they have any contact info for the family.
He was just like any other night that night. He was sitting back, kicking and sipping some Bud Lights. Stressed out from the week, just trying to unwind. Only God knows why he decided to drive to the liquor store. But he done it before, just a couple blocks north, and he left all four. But this time he made the turn and he failed to stop and nailed the grandpa using the crosswalk. He slammed on the brakes, stunned and started to shake. He opened the door, blood stains splattered the paint. The man was in pain, he looked him right in the face. But it was too late, he was slipping away. And that moment of silence when he closed his eyelids was cut short by the sharp sound of the sirens. How could this happen? Lights flashing around him, squeezing the man's hand, that's how they found him. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Grandpa, Grandma, Joe in Atlanta, Mom, Dad, and Chad all packed the van up and hit the open road. They were headed for the cabin. Little did they know that would never happen. Jason and Stacy were drunk out their faces, headed in the opposite way on Highway 6, smoking reefer, sipping cans of brewski, swerving, speeding, and acting goofy. Jay dropped his joint on the floor and looked down, swerved out and hit the family's red car. He came to in a hospital bed with police all around and his rights were read. Jason was arrested, the only survivor. The rest died from impact, wreckage, and fire. 8 lives lost from a stupid decision. Guilt-ridden Jay now lives in a prison. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down.
All right, what's up, everyone? So this is part 3 of my DUI incident that happened September 18, 2018. You know, I was hit on by a drunk driver, and it caused a lot of effects. So today I want to talk about the ripple effects it's caused in my family. And, you know, of course, it's pre-recorded. As I'm recording this, you know, I'm finding out we're still getting hit with tidal waves. And, you know, if this didn't happen to me, I'm trying to prevent families from going through this. So please understand my passion when I'm talking. I'm trying to prevent families from going through what we're going through. And, you know, we're supposed to be having help come our way, but somehow is it going to come in time? For example, literally right now, before I started this video, like every month, you know, we're in danger of getting our car repoed if we don't come up with the money before we get repoed. We're in danger of getting all our utilities shut off, let alone try and make rent. You know, unfortunately, my wife got injured at work, so, you know, that's going on. But if I was working, like I was just on my way to work, you know, if I was working, we wouldn't be going through all this. So when this video drops, we might, you know, all our utilities might be shut off and we might not have a car. But that's why, you know, I'm passionate about this. This way, you know, just the ripple effect is, I mean, this almost 5 years later, you know, it's almost 5 years later. My 5th year is coming up. And that's why I'm making these 3 videos. And I got another one dropped in on September 18th, you know, the day it makes 5 years. So, you know, ripple effects is unbelievable. You know, we're getting hit almost 5 years later with tidal waves still. You know, my kids, you know, we all suffer through PTSD, I think is what it's called. You know, every time I hear sirens, you know, it takes me back to that morning when I was in an incident, when I was slipping into my coma. And, you know, it just sucks now is because financially, we can't get out of this financial hole, which everybody's in, you know, in a bad, not everybody, you know, bless the ones that are not, and bless the ones that are like us. You know, unfortunately, we're in a predicament where we're getting hit with tidal waves. We wouldn't be this bad if I was still working. You know, because I was making decent money. I mean, not the best. Well, for me, it was pretty much the best I ever made. You know, I was truck driving. That was my job, and I was making decent money. And you know, I'm not saying we were, you know, living comfortable, but we were comfortably living check by check. I can say that. Uh, but that's not all. That's not the only way it affected us. It affected us in ways, you know, my kids, my wife, you know, it's just unbelievable. You know, it's too much to explain on here. You know, too much to explain even in one day. You know, it can take days and days to explain what we're going through. And you know, I say this and I make these videos because I want to bring awareness of the dangers of driving under the influence. You know, of course, I wasn't at fault. You know, ironic, I was always a designated driver and I happened to get hit by one. But, you know, I have, you know, of course, my three oldest no longer lives in the house. And my son had to step up at the age of 12 to try to be the man of the house and protect the family. And he just graduated and he feels like he has to work instead of go to college. And that sucks. You know, he feels like he has to help us instead of going to college and bettering his life where he wouldn't have to go through what we're going through right now. And same thing with one of my other daughters. She's looking for, as a matter of fact, she just, you know, got hired, but she should be going to school and be worried about her schooling to get a better career in life instead of having to worry about helping us. But if it wasn't for a dumb decision and somebody's selfish act driving under influence, we wouldn't be in this predicament. But unfortunately, we are. And it left me completely blind. You know, I'm an amputee, left me completely blind. I had multiple surgeries, got multiple surgeries to go. And, you know, I suffer from seizures now. And it just sucks because during the time of my incident, you know, I had three graduate the eighth grade. I couldn't see that. I couldn't enjoy that. I was there. Don't get me wrong. I was there. My presence was there. But me personally, I couldn't enjoy it. I had 1, 2, 3 graduate high school. And I was there. I love the fact that I was there, but I couldn't see them walk the stage. And you know how much that hurts? Um, you know, I got daughters and be getting married, and I can't see how beautiful they're going to look in a wedding dress. I got grandkids. I have no clue what they look like. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more grandkids. I'm literally gonna have no clue what they look like because, like my grandkids I got now, at least I got to see them 5 years ago or coming up to 5 years ago. One of my grandsons was only like 3 months old. So what another one I want to say was 3 and 4. And now, you know, 5 years later, you know, they've grown up so much. I have no clue what they look like. But there's just a little sample. I'm literally a little sample of the effects of the aftermath of it doesn't just affect the people that was in the incident. It doesn't just affect, it affects their whole families so far and beyond that it's no joke. It's not something you just get over. Luckily for me, I lived. You know, I wasn't supposed to, but I did. You guys, you know, heard that in the second one. But it affects the families to where it's unexplainable, it's undeniable, and the aftermath is for the aftermath is nonstop. You know, the tidal wave just keeps hitting and hitting and hitting. You know, when it rains, it pours. Unfortunately, after my incident, it never stopped pouring for us. You know, we ended up homeless after my incident. And because people in the other car had no insurance, no jobs. So we literally got nothing out of it. And we're just finding out now that there was some help that we were supposed to get that we never did. And hopefully it comes through. Hopefully the time frame didn't pass, and hopefully it comes through. But it might come through a little bit too late. And hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, we're praying and keeping my faith that it doesn't happen. But the aftermath is unbelievable and never ending. You know, it's a never ending story. In my case, you know, being an amputee, my leg ain't gonna grow back. Being completely blind, you know, 99.9% chance that I'm never gonna get my eyesight back. But, you know, still having faith and hope and trust that I do get that 1% chance that I get my eyesight back. But, you know, bottom line is my message is be smart, be responsible. I'm not telling you not to drink. I'm not telling you not to party. I'm not telling you not to do your thing. I'm just saying be more responsible and help save a life, help save a family's life, because, you know, the people in the incident ain't the only one that suffers. You know, everybody suffers, and there's a lot of tidal waves after an incident. So be more responsible and don't make a dumb decision, like the song says. Don't make a stupid decision, and just make sure, you know, you have a backup plan. Make sure you have a backup plan before you get in that car. You know, make sure you're the passenger of that car and the person driving ain't under the influence, because it can ruin lives. It can kill lives. It can even kill your own, even ruin your own life. So make sure you make the right decisions. With that said, I want to go ahead and cut this short. Right now, I'm so stressed out on what's going on. So make sure you tell your loved ones you love them, because literally before I left the house, I did. Luckily, I did. But I literally wasn't supposed to make it home. And luckily, months later, after coming out the coma, I did. So when I say this, because I mean it. I don't say it just to say it. Make sure you tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house, because you're not guaranteed to make it home. Be blessing. Stay blessed. I'm out.
Reporting Maryland, we have Memorial landline advising your party is likely skin of 44. They have a possible ID of box of rust, first of Daniel, middle of Alberto, 723 to 76. They're trying if we have confirmed an ID and if we have any contact info for the family.
Next time you're drunk and you pick up the keys, I hope you take a second to remember this beat. If you don't, then you drive and somebody does die. I warned you, fair and square, don't be surprised. I know you think you're tough on the liquor and stuff, but it's too late when you wake up, crippled and hunched. My friend stuck in the chair, you can't tell me it's fair. He can't even speak, so his message I share. It's a breath of fresh air to know somebody you care. I'm clearing the air, so take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you ready to stand up to anyone, anywhere, planet to drive drunk? All I can ask is that you follow this task before another mother has to cry harder and gasp. All because you had to suck a couple bottles back and drive away. Now she'll never get a daughter back. Too late yet, better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. 911! Breathing.
Order Garcia, Captain Book, NIE.
10-4, copy, loss of Garcia was booked for DUI, 98.